Hey everyone, on today's episode of Hey Reno, you should really think about shaving before making these videos, we're talking about Senate Bill 61 in California. Now, there's a lot of things that have some confusion out there, and a lot of people are wrong about this and spreading wrong information. Today, I'm talking about why, if you are under the age of 21, you only have about 10 days to start a background check on an AR15 or any semi-auto centerfire rifle. Let's talk about it. So, when you look at Senate Bill 61, most of it is pertaining to two things: the transfer age of a semi-auto centerfire rifle. Now, that includes guns like this AR15, that is a featureless lightweight gun, I'll link that here, or something like this Ruger PC9, the Ruger Mini 14, a SKS, and a lot of other firearms. Starting next year, if you're under the age of 21, January 1st, you will not be able to buy a semi-auto centerfire even if you have a hunting license. Let's talk about why that's the case. So when you look at a bill, you kind of have to read each section as its own thing. The part where people get confused is the one semi-auto rifle or semi-auto handgun per 30 days law does actually take effect July 1st, 2021, and I'll show you that here. In Section 4, it talks about how the current law says that you can only buy one handgun in a 30-day period, and at the bottom of that it says this section shall remain in effect only until July 1st, 2021, and as of that date is repealed. Section 5 refers to the start July 1st, 2021 and future. When we look at that, it says a person shall not make an application to purchase one or more handgun or semi-auto centerfire rifle within any 30-day period. This subdivision does not authorize a person to make an application to purchase both a handgun and semi-automatic rifle within the same 30-day period. So either or, if you buy a handgun or a semi-auto centerfire rifle, you can only buy one every 30 days. However, there are some exemptions to that, and I'll list those below, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to move on to the bottom of this Section 5, where it says, this section shall become operative on July 1st, 2021. Okay, so that's important to note. This talks about that specific section of the law, that statute that is changing, goes into effect on July 1st, 2021. Now, if we scroll up to the top of this bill, it says, in the little summary section, this bill would, effective July 1st, 2021, make the 30-day prohibition and the dealer delivery prohibition described above also applicable to semi-automatic centerfire rifles. Specifically, that date section is talking only about the one per 30-day handgun and semi-auto rifle rule. This gets a lot of people confused. A lot of people think this also then affects what you can buy as an 18 to 20-year-old with a hunting license. Currently, you can buy any rifle and any shotgun as an 18 to 20-year-old in the state of California if you have a hunting license. However, starting January 1st of next year, you will only be able to buy a shotgun of either semi or pump, a rimfire rifle of any type, or a lever, bolt, pump, break action rifle that is center fire. You can basically buy any long gun that isn't semi-auto and center fire. So, something to note. Now you're going to ask why, because everything else says July 1st, 2021. Something to note with the state of California, if a bill is passed during normal session, it goes into effect the January 1st of the following year unless specified otherwise. Now let's pull that up real quick. So this is a California website that says basically when a law goes into effect. A statute enacted during a regular session of the legislature takes effect January 1 of the following year unless a later date is specified in the statute. An urgency statute, which this is not, which must be approved by a 2/3 majority vote in each house of the legislature, can take effect immediately after it is signed by the governor and chaptered into law. Any measure passed by the legislator, signed by a governor, and chaptered into law during a special or extraordinary session of the legislature may take effect 90 days after that period of time. I'm kind of cutting that close. So as you see there, it says that unless it is specified otherwise, it goes into effect January 1st of the following year. Let's go back to Section 3 of SB61, and I'll show you. So in section 3 of SB61, it says section 27510 of the Penal Code is amended to read, a person licensed under blank blank inclusive shall not sell, supply, deliver, or give possession or control of a firearm to any person who is under 21 years of age. And basically it just lists the provisions of this bill, and then at the bottom you'll see it ends, but unlike section 4 where it says the period of time it's good up until, and unlike section 5, it does not say when it becomes effective, meaning that because section 3 of SB61 does not specify another date, it goes into effect January 1st of 2020. This means that if you are under the age of 21 and you have a hunting license and would like to buy any semi-automatic rifle, you're gonna need to do that and get the background check started before the 20th of December, because in order to pick it up and wait 10 days, the 20th would put you at the 30th, meaning that you have the 30th and the 31st to pick up that gun. Now, most gun shops might be closing early on the 31st, so realistically, if you are under the age of 21 and have a hunting license, buy your AR-15s, buy your semi-automatic rifles that are center fire before basically the next couple days. So I hope this was helpful, hope this clarified some stuff. If you have any questions or if you think that I'm wrong, feel free to cite some sources down below and we can talk about that, but I'm pretty goddamn sure I'm right. Have a good day.